And welcome to another edition of Better Communications Results, the video podcast. I haven't done one of these video casts in a while, so I figured it's time to do another one. Only a few things that I want to talk about today, one of which is vidblaster. Now, vidblaster is, there we are in front of the camera, yes. vidblaster is an interesting tool that you can download. It's in beta. What isn't? And you can get it for free. Now, on the vidblaster site, there's an interesting vidblaster.com, and there's an interesting demo that you can download. I found it interesting because the biggest question that I had was, why? Why would you use something like vidblaster when you've got Windows Movie Maker, for example, in Windows XP, which is a free bit of software, and it just seems to pull everything together a little bit better than something like vidblaster would. I mean, I guess if you're live video blogging, live to the hard drive, as it were, you could use this to pull everything together. But vidblaster puts everything on pause anyway when you're switching from one thing to another. So I just query why you would use that rather than Microsoft Movie Maker. Now, I'm waiting to try Adobe's Vlogger software. I ordered that through the university, and for some bizarre reason it's going to take at least another 3 weeks to get here, but I know I can download it from Whereas sites now. But I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm not going to download it from a Whereas site. I'm going to get a real proper version, and so I've got to wait at least another 3 weeks for the university to be able to get that. And at the same time also get my Adobe CSS3 Premium Web, which is really exciting, and I can't wait the 3 weeks to get it. And I know I could go onto a Whereas site and buy it for $50. So that's really frustrating that I have to wait 3 weeks, or at least 3 weeks, possibly even longer, for Adobe Premium CSS3 Web Premium, but I'm still looking forward to that. Okay, so that was vidblaster, and my biggest question is why. The next question, or the next comment that I missed to make, is with regards to Dave Finch. Now, Dave has just posted on his blog 25 ways to change your life. Fantastic. I have, again, a link in the show notes, and it is absolutely brilliant. 25 different ways to smell the roses. Just stop and smell the coffee and smell the roses. And if you're having coffee, might I suggest that you drink it out of the Better Desirable Roasted Communications Cafe, comscafe.com. And there goes the phone. The answer machine will pick that up, no problem. Why does everyone always want to ring me just when I'm doing something? Isn't that really annoying? I get quite a lot of faxes every day, people trying to sell me stuff. And I don't know, they obviously try pitching me through emails, but I'm starting to notice a rise in fax pitching again. So here comes another fax. Okay. But the one thing I want to say, David, with regards to your post, 25 ways to change your life, is that it's very frustrating because you're on Typepad, and I've noticed this with other Typepad websites, is that if you go to print preview, your blog post looks fantastic on screen. Go to print preview, and it cuts it out. So, it might look fantastic, and I'm using Firefox, so it might look fantastic in print preview, but when you actually print it out, it cuts it off at the bottom of the screen. So you can see that's just what it's done. It's just cut it off. Really annoying. Okay, but I thoroughly recommend everyone get 25 ways to change your life. And in fact, I've suggested to David that he formats it nicely and turns it into a little A4 PDF, because it would be something that would be really nice just to print out and encapsulate in plastic or frame and stick it up on the wall by your desk. I think it's a great idea. Okay, last thing. Oh, it's Dell faxing me with some more computer bargains. Beauty. Okay. Yes, thank you, Dell. So the last thing that I want to talk about is that, I'm a member of the My Reagan website. I jumped into that as soon as it was launched. And I'm also a member of Malcolm's Communicators Network. Do I need to belong to both? I would say probably not. If truth be told, I would just focus my activities on My Reagan because it was there first and it seems to have a bigger community. But I've been fortunately allowed in to have a look at some of what's going on behind the scenes and what's coming up in the next iteration, the next version of the Communicators Network, and there's some really exciting stuff going on in there. So I belong to both. Now, I've also signed an arrangement, a contract, as it were, a mutual obligation contract with Melcrum to deliver some of their training programs. So I'm kind of morally obligated and duty-bound to promote their products and services rather than any competitor, which in this space, let's face it, there's really only Reagan, or in Australia here we've got the ARC Group, who run training courses, or IME, across Europe and Asia and the Middle East. I kind of morally feel as though I should be stopping the work that I do on my Reagan and contributing to it, and I should be focusing all of my energies on the Communicators Network. But at the moment, as it stands, my Reagan is more interesting. There's a lot more resource going on, and they've got funny videos from the main page that you can download and have a look at. And there just seems to be a lot more activity, probably because there's a lot more members. Communicators Network hasn't quite ramped up in the same way. So it'll be interesting to see over the next few months what both sites do, because both, let's not forget, both Reagan and Melcrum are paid content model providers. They make their money out of providing content and you paying for it. Now, they're giving stuff away free at the moment. They're giving away low-priced, low-value stuff, you might argue. And the high-end, high-value stuff, the research work, they're not giving away. They still expect you to pay for. But these free sites are a great way of advertising about those paid content bits. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks, months, with both sites. Until then, I would suggest you dip your oar into both camps. As I say, I've got a little bit of an understanding of what's happened in the next iteration of Communicators Network. I'm not going to tell you, but it is exciting. So yeah, I would have feet in both camps if I were you. Okay, well, that's it for this episode of Better Communication Results, the vidcast. I bid you adieu. Remind you to take some business risks. Take a small risk, a big risk. Do something different. Do something risky today. And communicate with passion. See you next time. Bye.